as a great nation.
Tensions are rising in global markets after President Donald Trump urged Americans to hold tough amid growing economic turmoil. His message follows a sweeping tariff move earlier this week, which he's calling an economic revolution. But the impact has been immediate and severe. Markets around the world have plunged. Wall Street's fear index hit a 5-year high. The Nasdaq has entered bear market territory, falling over 10% in just 2 days. Investors are bracing for a possible recession as China retaliates with tariffs on all US goods. In Europe, Elon Musk weighed in, calling for a future free trade zone between the US and Europe. Speaking to Italy's League Party, Musk urged for zero tariffs and freer movement across borders. Let's take a listen in to what Elon Musk had to say.
Well, I hope that I hope that the United States and Europe can establish a very close partnership. We obviously are there's an alliance already, but I'm hopeful that there can be a very close relationship with America and Europe. And I'm hopeful, for example, with the tariffs, that at the end of the day, I hope it is agreed that both Europe and the United States should move, ideally, in my view, to a zero tariff situation, effectively creating a free trade zone between Europe and North America. That would be that's what I hope occurs. And also more freedom of people to move between Europe and North America, if they wish. If they wish to work in Europe or wish to work in America, they should be allowed to do so, in my view. So that has certainly been my advice to the president.
Italy, along with other EU nations, faces a new 20% tariff under Trump's plan. As global uncertainty grows, financial leaders are voicing concern, worried this could mark the start of a long trade war. We are joined by Dr. Janet Bhattacharya, president of the CDEPR, located in New Delhi. Thank you very much for joining us. Dr. Jajit, Donald Trump has released a statement asking Americans to hang tough and also bringing in the fact that he believes that China is going to be worse off and is struggling right now, like the American stock market is. Is this true?
Absolutely true. I think what President Trump said is true in every aspect. The Chinese economy is definitely going to get hit harder because it was already on a downward slope, and it's going to be tough for the Americans, and he's rightly put it. The question really is for the American people to ask is, when do we get out of this, and why do we need to hang out there? They were doing pretty fine before the Trump administration took over. And therefore, the question is that what is it that they're moving towards? How long do they need to hang over there? Because if you look at the way the stock market has reacted, it has lost value equivalent to 25% of the US GDP. That's very significant. There are many pensioners, many old people who are getting hit because they need the money now.
Yes.
So how long can they be hanging becomes a question mark.
Dr. Bhattacharya, if you could, obviously we've seen these stock markets crash around the world. How is this different to the actual economy crashing? Obviously, there's talks of a recession. How is this different to, and that could possibly affect the normal people's lives around the world?
So, the stock market reacts to two things. One is uncertainty, and therefore, how certain is the future revenues that comes in. And second is the fact that it's just a market, in that sense that if something will be cheaper in future, why will anybody hold on to those stocks for now? So it's not that the US economy is per se crashing, but it is a fact that that those who are holding on to the stocks believe that they can get the stocks cheaper, or they believe that many of the corporations whose stocks are listed will be having an impact on their revenues. So what is really happening on the ground is that many of the transactions have stopped. Economic activity has diminished significantly. There are people who are not exporting to US because they don't know at what tariff it will be exported. What if the tariffs are removed and they're stuck with a higher cost inventory, which is a huge loss for them. There are large corporations such as the Jaguar Land Rover, which has actually stopped shipment of any cars. And similarly, there will be a stoppage of transactions within the US economy. And that is not good. We're losing economic value by these stoppages. It's pretty similar to what happened during COVID, where there was a shutdown.
Yes.
Obviously, not as extreme as COVID, but there is kind of a partial shutdown happening because of the uncertainties.
Dr. Bhattacharya, just finally, you've obviously seen Elon Musk respond to these tariffs. He is obviously one of the, he's the richest man in the world. He's obviously a multiple business owner. He is speaking out about this. How do these tariffs affect him?
Quite significantly, because there will be reciprocity coming in, and Elon Musk has been identified as almost representing the US administration, and therefore many of the reciprocal tariffs are being aimed at whatever Elon Musk's companies provide, which is cars and so on, and therefore he is getting materially hit during this trade war that has erupted. So obviously he is being impacted quite significantly.
Dr. Bhattacharya, thank you very much for joining us. We now move